Hello everybody, welcome back to the Tesla story, where we are seeing sales in the UK and Europe more broadly falling significantly, with both in Germany and the United Kingdom Tesla failing in April to sell even 1,000 vehicles. And perhaps the biggest challenge that Tesla is facing right now, besides of course the brand image damage that a lot of people see the brand facing, is competition. Competition by Chinese brands that you may have never heard of. These are the brands overtaking Tesla in the UK. And it's not just the UK market where Tesla is suffering, but we'll get to that in a second. Anyway, let's take a minute to actually think about this and focus on the significance. So Tesla was lapped by Chinese car makers in the UK last month. The Chinese brand JQ sold nearly twice as many cars as Tesla. The EV giant sales have collapsed. Tesla is under pressure in Europe due to protests and of course Elon Musk's political stance and strong competition. And I really think in today's market, it's our absolute last point that we should focus on a little bit more. Yeah, Elon Musk absolutely has not helped the brand in any way by his political stance, but in reality, have a look around, have a look at the market. There are arguably better, definitely cheaper alternatives which might fit people's needs better. That is going to be the biggest challenge for Tesla in today's market. And I've said this before and I'll say it again. I think it's quite a unique position for Tesla. Because if you think about it, let's say over the last 10-15 years, really since Tesla's inception to be honest, the brand has had a very, very unique position in this market. They're in a place where there hasn't really been that much competition, not really any serious competition, and they've essentially, in some ways, had a market monopoly. As the market changes and every brand becomes electric, that special selling feature kind of goes away. Yes, Tesla does have some other major wins, some other major features, but that's worth considering. Again, the electric vehicle giant sold 512 cars in Britain in the last month. That's down from more than 1,300 in April of 2024. That by itself is worth paying attention to, and this comes amidst the backlash to Elon Musk as continued sales slow in Europe. The Tesla tally was well behind the archival BYD. Arch rival, I should say. It's arch rival BYD, if I can speak today, right? So it was behind its arch rival BYD, which sold 2,500 cars in the UK, a 650% increase from the same time last month. So this is really quite unprecedented. As I say, we got these other brands, JQ and BYD, and I can tell you guys as somebody who lives in the UK, right, BYD cars are absolutely everywhere. Literally, just the other week, a BYD dealership opened not too far from me. The cars are here and they are selling. They look quite nice as well, to be honest, a very different alternative to Tesla. So they're both owned by the Chinese conglomerate Chery and sold 1,053 and 910 vehicles respectively in April, despite launching in the UK only last year. So again, that's not even considering the other brand that I forgot to actually mention there, Omda, right? So we've got BYD, then we've got JQ and Omda, or Omoda. These brands are quite new, most people probably haven't heard of them, and they're beginning to overtake Tesla. And now we go over to the US for another key story talking about Tesla's market share, specifically focused from April and talking about California. California is the biggest EV market in the US, and that by itself is worth paying attention to. Previously, up until now, Tesla has really had almost a monopoly on the market, having the vast majority. So if we have a look at this, the company is no longer selling the majority of new EVs registered in California. Elon Musk's brand saw a slice of the EV sales in the state fall to 43.9% in quarter one compared to 55.5% in the previous year. Now this makes up nearly a third of all US electric car sales, that is in California. And this is actually quite a significant drop. Now, a few things to note, right? 43% of sales in California is absolutely not bad, especially considering the size of this market. But one thing to look forward to, or perhaps to look to in the future, is perhaps both in Europe, China, and America itself, all of these new competitors which people can turn to. Models like the Cybertruck, the Model 3, the Model Y, people are thinking look a bit old right now. Again, an aging political lineup, and again, then you think about the backlash from Elon Musk and his political initiatives, very key factors in the decline of Tesla's market share, all worth paying attention to and contributing to a global decline in Tesla's market. Let me know what you think to this in the comments, guys. Thank you so much for your time watching the video. If you liked it, do give us a like and subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you again soon. Goodbye.